Building muscle after 70 isn't just possible, it might be easier than you've been told. In fact, an 88-year-old man who once struggled just to rise from a chair can now walk briskly around the park every single morning. And this remarkable turnaround didn't take years of training or endless gym sessions. It happened in just 10 weeks, simply by changing the type of protein on his plate. Now here's the shocking part. It wasn't eggs that gave him back his strength. For decades, eggs have been praised as the gold standard of protein. But new science reveals there are other sources, overlooked, affordable, and surprisingly powerful, that can rebuild aging muscles even better. These foods aren't just proteins. They carry unique compounds that eggs don't, and they flip on the body's muscle-building switch in ways researchers didn't think possible. Before we dive in, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop a quick comment below and tell me. And if you're serious about staying strong after 70, please tap the like button. It helps this channel reach more people who need this information. What you're about to hear could completely change the way you see protein, because there are 6 muscle-protecting foods that don't just slow down aging, they can actually roll it back. And the first one may surprise you. By the time most people hit 70, something invisible has already begun stealing their strength. It's called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass that leaves once active bodies weaker, slower, and more fragile. Researchers estimate that adults can lose up to 30% of their muscle between the ages of 50 and 80. And the consequences are real. Getting out of a chair feels harder, balance becomes shaky, and energy fades faster than it used to. Now here's the trap many fall into. They assume the solution is just to eat more protein, more steak, more chicken, more eggs. But piling on extra protein doesn't always help, because the aging body processes protein differently than a 20-year-old's. Past a certain age, your muscles stop responding to average amounts of protein the way they used to. It's like trying to start a car with a weak battery. Unless you give it the right spark, the engine won't turn over. And that's where the choice of protein matters. Some foods deliver the amino acids in a way older muscles can actually use. Others contain hidden compounds that reduce inflammation, improve absorption, and trigger growth signals more powerfully than eggs ever could. The good news? You don't need to overhaul your entire diet. By swapping in a few overlooked proteins, you can reignite muscle growth even decades later. And the first food on our list proves that strength doesn't have to come from meat at all. But if you think plant proteins can't hold their own, wait until you hear about the humble food that's been fueling some of the longest-living people in the world. When most people picture protein, they imagine steak, chicken, or maybe a plate of scrambled eggs. Lentils rarely make the cut. Too often they're dismissed as rabbit food or a weak substitute for real muscle fuel. But that reputation couldn't be more wrong, because lentils are one of the cheapest, most effective tools for rebuilding strength after 70. A single cooked cup of lentils delivers around 18 grams of protein, but what sets them apart isn't just the protein itself, it's everything that comes with it. Take fiber, for example. That same cup provides 16 grams, which feeds the friendly bacteria in your gut. These bacteria create butyrate, a compound shown to calm inflammation, sharpen insulin response, and help your body use protein more efficiently. Scientists call this the gut-muscle axis, and it's been shown to boost muscle protein synthesis by as much as 30%. That's one reason why in the blue zone regions, the places on Earth where people routinely stay strong and active well into their 90s, lentils and other legumes aren't just occasional foods, they're daily staples. Lentils also bring resistant starch, which works like fiber to stabilize blood sugar and even increase the thermic effect of food, meaning you burn more calories digesting them. On top of that, they're packed with folate, iron, and potassium. Folate, often missing in older adults, supports DNA-level protein creation. Iron, especially when paired with vitamin C, keeps oxygen flowing into muscle tissue. Potassium prevents cramps and keeps muscles firm. And the antioxidants in darker lentils, like black beluga, directly protect muscle fibers from inflammation-driven breakdown. Even better, lentils are practical. Red lentils cook down to a smooth texture in just 10 minutes, perfect for those who have trouble chewing. Green lentils hold up in salads while sprouted lentils boost protein by 20% and digest more easily. And when you pair lentils with grains, you create a complete protein that rivals meat. For just 50 cents a cup, you're getting protein, anti-inflammatory compounds, and muscle-protecting nutrients all at once. Eggs can't claim that. But as powerful as lentils are, they're only the beginning. Because the next food doesn't just fuel your muscles, it communicates with your body in a way that feels almost like coming home. Most people past 70 assume they need animal protein to keep their muscles strong. But hemp seeds tell a very different story. Just 3 tablespoons, about the cost of a morning coffee, deliver 10 grams of complete protein. And unlike many plant sources, this protein is almost instantly recognized by your body. That's thanks to edestin, a protein found in hemp seeds that's nearly identical to the proteins in human blood plasma. Your muscles absorb it with minimal effort, as if it's something they've known since the beginning. And that effortless absorption makes hemp seeds an unsung hero for older adults struggling to rebuild lost strength. But the real magic goes beyond protein. Hemp seeds carry a perfectly balanced ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, sitting close to 3.1. That's considered ideal for reducing inflammation, compared to the 20.1 imbalance often found in eggs and other animal products. On top of that, hemp seeds are one of the rare foods that contain GLA, gamma-linolenic acid, which directly calms muscle inflammation. In fact, studies show GLA can reduce soreness in older adults by up to 40% and speed up recovery time after activity. There's also arginine, an amino acid that widens blood vessels, improving circulation. At a stage of life when blood flow naturally slows, arginine ensures oxygen and nutrients reach the muscles that need them most. Even better, it stimulates growth hormone release, which typically drops by half between ages 40 and 70. Research suggests arginine can boost growth hormone by up to 30%, restoring some of the body's natural ability to repair itself. Then there's magnesium. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds cover nearly half of your daily needs. Yet more than 80% of older adults are deficient in this crucial mineral, leading to cramps, weakness, and slower recovery. Magnesium also helps activate vitamin D, a key driver of muscle strength, meaning a simple pairing of salmon with hemp seeds creates a clinically powerful recovery meal. Hemp seeds even bring chlorophyll, the green pigment that helps transport oxygen, fights fatigue, and clears out waste products from tired muscles. And the best part? No cooking required. You can sprinkle them on salads, oatmeal, or yogurt. Their nutty, mild flavor makes them easy to enjoy every single day. Start small with a tablespoon, then build up as your digestion adjusts. Because once hemp seeds become a regular part of your meals, you'll notice the difference not just in strength, but in how quickly you recover. Still, hemp seeds mainly help your body heal after activity. But the next protein goes even further. It doesn't just repair muscle, it protects your heart at the very same time. If lentils and hemp seeds prove plant power isn't weak, wild salmon shows why not all animal proteins are equal. On the surface, salmon looks like a simple source of high-quality protein, about 22 grams per serving. But what makes it truly extraordinary is how it works at the cellular level to repair and protect muscles in ways eggs never could. The secret lies in its omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. As we age, inflammation acts like rust on muscle fibers, gradually eroding strength. Eggs can supply building blocks, but they can't stop this slow decay. Omega-3s, however, weave themselves into muscle cell membranes, keeping them flexible and responsive to growth signals. They don't just build muscle, they protect it from breaking down. One University of Washington study showed older adults who ate the omega-3 equivalent of 3 servings of salmon per week gained 6% more muscle mass without changing their exercise routine. Even more surprising, their bodies became more sensitive to all protein sources, meaning every gram of protein they ate worked harder. But omega-3s are only part of the story. Salmon is also one of the richest natural sources of vitamin D, with about 1,000 IU per serving. Vitamin D doesn't just strengthen bones, it directly activates muscle-building pathways. Correcting a deficiency can increase strength by as much as 20%. Then there's astaxanthin, the pigment that gives wild salmon its deep pink color. This antioxidant is up to 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C at fighting oxidative stress. It shields the mitochondria, the energy factories inside your muscle cells, so they can keep powering movement without fatigue. Some studies even show astaxanthin can boost endurance in seniors by nearly 40%. Add in selenium, which fuels enzymes that protect muscle tissue from damage, and even a gram of natural creatine per serving. And it's easy to see why wild salmon is a true cellular repairer. For the best results, go with wild-caught Alaskan salmon, which has higher omega-3s and natural astaxanthin compared to farm-raised varieties. Steaming or baking preserves those delicate fats, while a squeeze of lemon not only brightens the flavor, but also boosts iron absorption. And if fresh fillets are too pricey, canned wild salmon is an affordable alternative, plus the soft bones add valuable calcium. Some people even mix canned salmon with Greek yogurt and herbs for a quick probiotic-rich meal that fuels both muscles and gut health. Salmon is a powerhouse during the day, but muscles don't stop needing support at night. And the next protein on the list might be the fastest way to flip the body's muscle-building switch back on in less time than eggs could ever manage. If there's one protein that can turn back the clock for aging muscles, it's whey. Scientists at McMaster University compared whey protein to eggs in adults over 75, and the results shocked even them. The whey group built twice as much muscle as the egg group, and not because they ate more. It was because of how quickly whey works inside the body. Here's the key. When you're young, your muscles can keep using protein for hours after a meal. But once you pass 70, that window of opportunity shrinks dramatically. To actually trigger growth, older muscles need a rapid flood of amino acids. Whey delivers that within an hour. Eggs, on the other hand, take 3 to 4 hours to break down. By then, the growth window has already closed. The real star in whey is leucine, the amino acid that flips the body's muscle-building switch. One serving of eggs gives you about 1.3 grams, weighed up to 2.5 grams. After 70, you need close to 3 grams at once to wake up your muscles. That means eating 5 eggs to do what just a scoop and a half of whey can achieve. And whey doesn't stop there. It's rich in other branch-chain amino acids like isoleucine and valine, which fuel muscles during activity and protect them from breaking down. Whey also carries compounds most people never think about. Immunoglobulins calm hidden gut inflammation, which often blocks protein absorption in older adults. Another compound, glycomacropeptide, makes your body more responsive to insulin. That means more of the protein you eat actually makes it into your muscle, instead of being stored as fat. Real people see real results. One 92-year-old woman began blending whey into her breakfast smoothies with frozen berries and a dash of cinnamon. Within weeks, she was standing taller, moving easier, and feeling stronger. The berries protect the protein during digestion, while cinnamon makes insulin up to 20% more effective, so her muscles absorbed every gram of nutrition. For those sensitive to lactose, whey isolate is the best option, since it's filtered to remove nearly all lactose. If not, whey concentrate delivers extra immune-supporting compounds. Just mix it with cold liquid to preserve its structure, and drink it within 30 minutes for the best effect. Whey isn't just a supplement. For older adults, it's like flipping the body's muscle growth switch back on, even when time seems to be working against you. But daytime nutrition is only half the battle. Every night while you sleep, your body starts breaking down muscle for energy. That's why the next protein is so powerful. It feeds your muscles continuously, hour after hour until morning. If whey protein gives your muscles a quick rush of fuel during the day, cottage cheese plays the opposite role. It protects them at night. While you're sleeping, your body often turns to muscle tissue for energy, and in older adults this breakdown happens even faster. That's one of the hidden reasons so many people wake up weaker and stiffer over time. Cottage cheese solves that problem with casein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids steadily for 6 to 8 hours. Dutch researchers found that when seniors ate cottage cheese before bed, their bodies kept building new muscle protein throughout the night. In effect, it flips an anti-muscle loss switch while you rest. But the benefits don't stop at casein. Cottage cheese contains selenium, covering nearly 90% of your daily needs in a single cup. Many older adults fall short on this mineral, and low levels are linked to fatigue and weaker muscles. It also supplies calcium for stronger contractions, vitamin B12 for efficient protein use, and phosphorus for producing ATP, the fuel every muscle fiber runs on. There's also a sleep connection. Compounds in cottage cheese have been shown to lower blood pressure slightly and promote deeper rest. And deeper sleep means more growth hormone release, your body's natural repair signal. Put simply, good protein leads to better sleep, and better sleep leads to stronger muscles. On the practical side, cottage cheese is soft, easy to digest, and requires no cooking. That makes it perfect for those with reduced stomach acid or trouble chewing. Worried about sodium? A quick rinse cuts salt by up to 40% without reducing the protein. Many people even turn it into a bedtime treat. Mix in flax seeds for omega-3s, walnuts for circulation-boosting arginine, or blend with honey and freeze for a light ice cream. By morning, the difference is real. Less stiffness, more energy, and a body that feels stronger instead of weaker. Cottage cheese is like an insurance policy against muscle loss during the night. But the final protein on this list takes things even further. Its very name sounds intimidating, almost devilish, yet it delivers more protein per serving than nearly any other food. And once you hear what it can do, you'll never look at plant-based protein the same way again. At first glance, Seitan might sound like something you'd want to avoid. Nicknamed the devil's protein because of how its name looks, this food is anything but evil when it comes to building strength. In fact, it delivers one of the densest protein punches you'll find anywhere in the plant kingdom. Just 100 grams of Seitan packs around 39 grams of protein, putting it head-to-head with some of the richest cuts of beef. The difference? You get all that protein without the baggage of heavy saturated fats, bloating, or the inflammation red meat can leave behind. For seniors especially, that makes Seitan a game-changer. It provides concentrated protein in a form that's much easier to digest than steak, chicken, or even eggs. That digestibility is one of Seitan's biggest strengths. When wheat is processed into Seitan, most of the starch and fiber are stripped away, leaving behind pure, concentrated gluten protein that the body absorbs quickly. And for older adults whose digestion and absorption naturally slow down with age, this quick uptake makes a real difference. Science backs this up. A 2022 study in Clinical Nutrition ESPN showed seniors who ate more plant-based proteins, including Seitan, preserved 21% more lean muscle than those on a traditional mixed diet. In other words, plant proteins don't just hold their own. They may actually protect aging muscles better than meat. Seitan is also naturally low in fat and carbs, making it a smart choice for anyone managing diabetes, cholesterol, or weight. Plus, its chewy, meaty texture makes it one of the most versatile plant proteins to cook with. You can pan-sear it with garlic and olive oil, toss it into stir-fries, marinate and grill it, or roast it for a smoky barbecue-style dish. Unlike tofu or tempeh, it has a satisfying bite that feels hearty and filling. And here's a tip: Seitan is a solid source of plant-based iron. Pairing it with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers, broccoli, or citrus fruits boosts absorption significantly, turning a good protein source into a powerful muscle-building meal. For anyone who thinks strength after 70 requires meat, Seitan proves otherwise. It's clean, dense, and surprisingly effective, and when combined with the other foods we've covered, it forms part of a powerful toolkit for keeping muscles strong well into old age. So what do all these foods together reveal? The answer is bigger than protein alone. It's about rewriting what aging really means. What these 6 proteins prove is simple. Muscle loss isn't destiny. Even after 70, the body still has the ability to repair, rebuild, and stay strong, but only if you give it the right fuel. Eggs may have their place, but the science is clear. There are smarter choices that not only build muscle, but also calm inflammation, sharpen recovery, and protect your independence for years to come. Think about it: lentils feeding your gut to supercharge protein absorption, hemp seeds reducing soreness and boosting circulation, Salmon protecting your muscles at the cellular level, Whey flipping the growth switch faster than eggs, Cottage cheese shielding your muscles while you sleep, and Seitan delivering steak-level protein without the baggage. Together, they form a strategy for strength that works around the clock. Just like that 88-year-old man who went from struggling to rise from a chair to walking briskly every morning. You can defy the expectations of age. The right proteins don't just add years to your life, they add life to your years. If this video gave you something new to think about, please do me a small favor. Tap the like button, leave a comment telling me which of these foods you'll try first, and subscribe so you never miss the next tip that could transform your health. The power to stay strong, energetic, and confident isn't behind you. It's right here in everyday foods you can start eating today. Your future strength is in your hands.